to a News 8 exclusive. A family member of someone closely tied to the death of State Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier is speaking out.
News 8 investigative reporter Jeff Dadarian joins us with that. Jeff.
Ann and Dennis, the people we spoke to on camera are only talking with News 8 tonight. It has to do with a central piece of the state police investigation, the truck that hit Trooper Pelletier and the decision someone made to drive it.
It's where this complicated and sad tale starts, winding back here to Affleck Street in Hartford. And it all ended with the death of Trooper First Class Aaron Pelletier. More on what happened here and why in a moment. So many people, nearly the entire state really, with a heavy heart, bidding farewell to Trooper Pelletier. Police say this man, Alex Oyola Sanchez, behind the wheel of a truck that was not his. Investigators say he hit Pelletier, who was on a highway traffic stop, and then just kept going, but was later arrested. We're told the 1998 Chevy pickup truck was not registered, and it's owned by Anibal Rivera, who let Sanchez use it. Rivera's father telling News 8 exclusively through an interpreter who's a family friend that his son never gave the suspect the okay to drive the truck. He was supposed to just stay in it and leave it parked outside the apartment in Hartford.
Did his son let Sanchez borrow the truck?
Si tu hijo no, he just let him for sleep in the car. That's it, not for driving.
Ask him, how did Sanchez have the key to the truck and drive the truck?
Porque that's why for like when it really was cold or something to you put the heat or whatever.
Oh, so he's saying just to put the heat on, not to drive the truck.
The family friend and the dad both say on the day of the accident, Rivera took his mother to the doctor. And when he came back home, the truck, to his surprise, allegedly, was gone.
What did his son say when he heard about the accident and that Sanchez was driving his truck? What did his son say?
He left mad looking for him.
Rivera, according to the state police report, told investigators he went and looked for his truck and spotted it at the crash site and asked if he could drive the truck home. No was the answer, since it's part of a criminal investigation.
Does his son feel bad about what happened to the trooper because of the truck?
See,
he feels bad.
Yeah, he feels bad.
The father says his son was just trying to help Sanchez, who he says is homeless and would have never handed over the keys if he knew what was going to happen.
They gave him food, they gave him everything.
We talked with former prosecutor and now defense attorney Ryan McGuigan. He has no connection to this case. So what about the question on criminal charges for the truck owner?
The answer generally is going to be no. The only thing I could probably potentially see him being charged with would be a reckless endangerment charge, but that's only if there's the added component of his knowledge that the defendant was intoxicated.
What would he want to say to the trooper's family?
The father then gestures toward his heart.
They feel it in the heart, that happened, and they sad.
Did he say he was sorry? Is he sorry?
Yeah, because he's a trooper.
All right, to be clear, Rivera, the owner of the truck, has not been charged at all. Sources tell me he won't be getting his truck back, though, anytime soon. It's obviously a key piece of evidence in this whole entire state police investigation. The driver of the truck, well, he's facing a laundry list of charges, as you probably know by now. Live in the newsroom tonight, Jeff Dadarian, News 8.